Alright, hi there YouTube, it's me, Morris in America, playing on the global and Korean version of Dragon Blaze. Now in this video, I'll be, once again, highlighting most of the important things that are kicking in global, but this video is gonna be directed more towards what the main Awakened character's new skills are. Now, if you haven't seen the video talking about, or literally showcasing me awakening one of my characters in the Korean version of Dragon Blaze, go ahead and do so. Now, if you don't want to spoil yourself and you want to actually explore this mechanic on your own, then I advise you guys not to look at it. But in that video, I kind of cover most of the important things when it comes to awakening. For example, you will have a level cap if you do not reach the certain scene when it comes to awakening, because if you can't get through the first area of chapter 4, you cannot get past level 100. There will be a level cap. Until you get your literal awakened form of your main character, you will be stuck at level 99. So if you get past, once you awaken your character, you'll automatically hit level 100 even if you didn't fill up your experience bar. So keep that in mind. But anyways, let me get started, talk about global for a bit, about the events going on, and then I'll get right into reading the description of all the main Awakened characters. Now, Gameville will be doing a live stream today. Hopefully I can upload this video before they start live streaming. But yeah, as you can see here, there is an event going on. You want to make sure you log in during these days so you can get the rewards. Right now it's the 2nd of December. So it's the 5 essence select, and you know essences are kind of important because you want to enhance and do all this good stuff. And then there's these other events as well. Now go ahead and check the other videos I made specifically talking about that. I'll put the video links at the end of this video as well, but yeah. And let me showcase what time Gameville will be streaming. It's in the announcements. You definitely want to watch their stream because, actually, is it even in here? I was right. I was fucking right. Excuse my language. I was right about the level 99 potions. And then also that motherfucking mission shit. Okay. Anyways, there will be a sneak peek about all of this. I think Gameville will be doing a live stream. Let me check their Twitch thing. Hopefully it's on their main page. I think it's going to start around 4 p.m. PDT time, so you had to convert that PDT time to whatever time zone you're in. But okay, there's no announcements on their page, but I know that they're doing a live stream today. Yeah, I don't see anything, but yeah. They're gonna be doing a live stream today, so make sure you guys go and watch their stream. But anyways, pretty much that's all I wanted to just kind of showcase, so let's move on and talk about the Awakened main character skills. Now, this might take a long time for me to get through because there's 6 characters and me going through all of their damn skills is kind of a pain in the butt. But I will do it for this video, and then at part 2 of me talking about the main characters and stuff, I'll be going on to the Korean Dragon Blaze and literally show you guys some builds most people have. Now, the reason why some of the builds will be very dependent is because it depends on what you're maining. So yeah, I'll start from the priest and work my way all the way down to the paladin, working left to right, up to down. But yeah, if you don't know the first 2 abilities, technically these are all the same abilities. Like these are all called, called Charming Light, but there's the standard, ultimate, and master edition version of it. And if you're curious about the standard and ultimate version, you can go back to this page, click on this picture, or you can open up your global Dragon Blaze and look at the skills. Now, I was about to say something else too. Oh yeah, all of this will be in the description below, so if you want to look at this for yourself and ignore this video, then go ahead and do so, but this video is going to inform you guys. Now, the way this is broken down is that it's, well, up here it usually states, like, for the priest, this states the basic gist of what this ability is. Like, this is, the one down here, the one I'm highlighting, is in great detail, so you want to read that. But when it comes to the other characters, it just becomes one giant mishmash. So, let me state right off the bat that some of these skills you can actually start mastering right away. It doesn't matter what level you have to be, but then there are some of the master skills that you have to actually be at level 100 for. And each of these master skill will cost 5 skill points, so keep that in mind. But anyways, let me get started and talk about the priest. So for the priest, her Charming Light Master skill states this deals 1904% to an enemy and 240% splash damage of attack to surrounding enemies, or heals all members for 501% of attack and continuously heals 90% for 3 seconds. The cooldown for this is 5.6 seconds. Now, I'll give my commentary at the end of this video, most likely. I need to literally read through all of this before it becomes a very long video, but eventually it's gonna become a long video. Second active skill, Magnify. The master skill states this increased party attack plus 70%, attack speed plus 37%, stamina plus 24% for 16.4 seconds. Cooldown for this is 28 seconds. And the last active skill for the Awakened Priest character is Guidance. This is the master skill that states removes all debuffs from all enemies and grants party immunity as well as defense plus 39% for 5 seconds. Cooldown for this is 6 seconds. Now I'm gonna go really quick with this. You can look at the skill builds for yourself later, but as you can see here for the general passives, there's only 3 of them instead of 4, so that's pretty good. But let me start with the first general passive. This is Bright Eyes. This increases the heal power plus 62% when using heal. So if you got like the first active or you're using a key, most likely the first passive ability will be handy for you. Euphoria. Hopefully I'm saying that right. If not, you guys can lecture me. But this increases your party immunity by 45% and defense by 48%. And the last general passive skill is Intelligence Up. This increases priest self-intelligence by 60%. Now, the biggest new thing when it comes to these abilities are the key abilities, and these key abilities will be very handy if your main character is maining a key, like literally. So the first key passive will increase the main attributes by 5%. It depends how many points you put in there. And if you max it out, it's going to be increased by 40%. But yeah, your main attributes will be dexterity or intelligence or strength. It will vary depending on what class you are. Now for Paladin, I have no clue which one it will main most of. I think it's going to be strength, but it might depend on what you put your gear towards. Like if you put more of intelligence, it might raise intelligence more than strength. But moving on, second key passive is called, second key passive. This key passive, the second one, decreases damage received for key unit by 4%. So if you want to make sure your key is a little bit more tanky, then this ability is good for you. And then the last key passive is directed more towards the key's unit HP, and this increases by 216,000. So if you want your key to have more HP, then you should invest some points in it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Awakened Priest. Like I said, in this video, I'll just be reading off of this page and giving you guys a heads up about what the skill does. You can look at this at your own time. But part 2 of the main Awakened character video will be me going to the Korean Dragon Blades and showing you guys some builds that the Hall of Fame people have, or most of the people have in the game. Moving on, here's the Awakened main rogue character. Hidden Blades. The master skill states this deals 3,960% of attack to a target. Silence and deal damage over time, damage for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, the enemy will be instantly killed with 100% chance. Ignores immunity. And the cooldown is 11 seconds. The second active skill is Dance of Death. The master skill states increases attack speed by 200 and grants a 12% damage over time for itself. For 9.2 seconds, increase attack by 150% and evasion by 50% for all attacks from any enemy. Cooldown is 18 seconds. And the last active skill is Vanish. The master skill states vanished and gain immunity as well as stealth detection for 15 seconds. All attacks are critical damage during the duration. Increase self-critical damage by 93, defense penetration by 31, and attack by 50%. Cooldown is 18 seconds. Now the general passes for the rogue character. The first one is Perfect Attack. This increased rogue self-based damage plus 154%. Second general passive skill is Bloodthirsty Blade. This increases self-immunity plus 34, lifesteal 34% of damage dealt. And the last general passive is Vanish. This increases self-critical damage by 128 and critical rate by 48. And that's pretty much it for the rogue. You can check the builds later at your own discretion. But moving on, the Awakened Archer. First active skill, Powerful Arrow. Master skill states deals 4,420% of attack to one enemy with 100% accuracy. For 10 seconds, places a mark onto the target that focuses all attacks of party members into it. All attacks upon this target will be critical. Cooldown is 10 seconds. And if you're confused about that wording, basically it means that the archer will use this attack, place a target indicator for all the party members to recognize, and their attack that person with the mark. So it's very useful to kind of control the damage and kind of set up people to kill someone in particular. But you don't. I think you can choose your target if you're manually doing that. But yeah. But moving on, second active skill, Rain of Arrow. Master skill states deals 2,890% of attack to all enemies. Removes all buffs including invincibility with 100% chance. Silences all enemies for 6 seconds. Cooldown is 14 seconds. The last active skill is Trap. The master skill states increases party critical chance plus 24 and critical damage plus 64. Has a chance to place a trap onto a target for 15 seconds. Detonates the trap will deal 3,208% damage and stun for 10 seconds. Cooldown is 13 seconds. Moving on to the general passive. The first general passive for the archer is Arrow Tremor. This increases self-base attack plus 80%, weapon attack plus 112%. Second general passive is Energy Release. This increases party critical plus 64 and additional damage plus 24%. And the last general passive is Quick Shift. This increases self-dexterity plus 56%, party dexterity plus 16%, and evasion plus 32. Alright, moving on to the Awakened Warrior. The Awakened Warrior first active skill, Rage Rush. The master skill states this deals 3,960% of attack to one enemy with 100% accuracy and removes all buffs. For 20 seconds, target's defense negative 33%, instantly kills the target with 75% chance. This skill's cooldown will be reset if the target is successfully instant killed. Cooldown is 13 seconds. Moving on, second active skill, Shield Strike. Master skill states deals 3,420% of attack to one target and splashes 80% to surrounding enemies, reduces target's evasion by 50% and stuns him for 12 seconds, immune to Dispel. This also stuns surrounding enemies for 8 seconds. Cooldown is 18 seconds. The last active skill for the warrior is Solitary Battle. Master skill states for 18.8 seconds taunts all enemies. Taunts all enemies. Self-incoming damage negative minus 48%. Party incoming damage negative minus 12%. Self-invincibility for 8 seconds. 8 seconds. Cooldown is 20 seconds. Alright, so the first general passive skill for the warrior is Sword Training. This increases self-attack plus 120%, party attack plus 36%. Second general passive is Physical Strength. This increases self-defense plus 160%, party defense plus 42%. And the last general passive is Intensified Rage. Increase self-strength plus 42%, and if hit, self-attack plus 76% for 15 seconds. Moving on, Awakened Mage. The first ability for the Awakened Mage is Flame Burst. Master skill states deals 2,520% of attack to one enemy with maximum fire seals damage. If this skill lands a critical hit, its cooldown will be reset. Cooldown is 10 seconds. Moving on, second active skill, Meteor Invocation. Master skill states deals 1,711% of attack to all enemies. Damage over time, damage 183% of attack for 16 seconds, and this is immune to Dispel. Cooldown is 20 seconds. And the last active skill is Salamander's Curse. The master skill states deals 1,677% of attack to one enemy and turns it into a lamb for 16.6 seconds. Turns surrounding enemies into lambs with 99% chance for 16.6 seconds. Decreases defense of enemies turned into lambs by 90% for 16.6 seconds. Cooldown is 13.4 seconds. And let's move on to the general passive. The first general passive is Intelligence Increase. This increases self-intelligence plus 56% and party intelligence plus 16%. Second general passive is Weapon Use. This increases self-weapon attack plus 154%, base attack plus 77%. And let me actually fix this music. And the last general passive for the mage is Flame Study. Self-critical rate plus 20%, applies a fire seal upon enemy for her normal attack. Adds 1,345% power to the first skill and 399% power to the second skill when the seals explode. I'll play this song actually, it's a Nightcore version of Turntable. But yeah, that, and moving on to the last character is the Awakened Paladin. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to the most used main characters in the Korean version of Dragon Blaze, it's either the Priest, the Paladin, and maybe Rogue, but I'm leaning more on the Priest and Paladin being the top two. But yeah, here's the Awakened Paladin. Let me just start to talk about his first active skill. Repentance. Repentance. The master skill states... Oh yeah, if you don't know, the Paladin has two different stances. Attack stance and defense stance. For the master skill of attack stance, it states this deals 2,800% of attack to all enemies, reduces their attack by 50% for 10 seconds. Now, the master skill for defense stance is this heals all members for 690% of attack, removes all debuffs. Cooldown is 7 seconds. Second active skill, Glorious Light. Master skill states attack stance deals 2,376% of all attack to all enemies. Stuns all enemies with 100% chance for 8 seconds. Now the defense stance states grants all party members with 823% of attack, protection, shield, and 20% damage reflection. 12% less incoming damage buff for 8 seconds. Cooldown is 18 seconds. Now, the last active skill for the Paladin is Oath of Judgment. Now, I can state this after seeing a bunch of builds on the Korean Dragon Blades. A lot of people will actually master this out and do whatever they want with the remaining points, but Oath of Judgment master skill for the attack stance states party attack plus 70%, skill attack plus 15%. So this is a huge buff to the entire party. That's why a lot of people will get it compared to these two. Now you can get these two at your own discretion. Moving on, the defense stance states party defense plus 70%, incoming AoE damage minus 15%. And moving on to the general passive, the first general passive is Sacred Prayer. This increases self-defense plus 175%. Second passive skill is Protection of God. This increases additional damage to his attack plus 280%. And the last passive skill is Blessed Battle. Self-heal power plus 80% and skill damage plus 80%. And that's pretty much it. You can look at these builds over here at your own discretion, like I said again. But yeah, that's it. That's all the characters. Now, if you're watching this video and you already know the skills and stuff, that's good for you. But if you want to put down your recommended builds and stuff, definitely put it in the comments below. I'll suggest you guys to like put 3 rows and have the things as listed. So actually no, that'd be a little bit harder. Yeah, most likely just state how many points you put in what. Like if you go for an active skill, say active 1, put X amount of points in there, and then active 2, leave a number there, active 3, leave a number there, and then passes, put whatever number, and then key passes, yeah. But if you want to share your build or post a picture of your build in the comments below, you are free to do so. But anyways, this is just part 1 of me talking about the main Awakened character skills. Nothing too fancy about it. It's just me reading off of this site, and if you want to look at it for yourself, it's all in the description below. And I'll make sure to have different categories for you guys to look at the specific main character you want to take a glance at. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully this helps, and hopefully I can upload it in time. And just wait for part 2. Hopefully I can add that part 2 video somewhere on the screen right now. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys around. Peace.